Danny, what have you been up to this summer?
Not much. Obviously, along with Dudes, just on the recruiting front, trying to bring back a strong core, which we've been able to do, and looking at new blood to come in and kind of energize the lineup and make us better. Other than that, and then went home to Canada to see some family. My brother got married this summer, so went and enjoyed some time out in Western Canada, and then went and visited the folks for a couple of weeks in the Niagara Falls area and got some downtime, and now back in the UK and already looking forward to and preparing for the next season.
Just announced this week is Matt Reber. How good is it to have Reeves back in the team for next season?
Yeah, good. I mean, he brings us a lot of dynamics to our lineup. I mean, skating wise, I don't know if there's anybody as good as him in the league. He's a great natural skater, and he creates a lot of space for his line mates with his speed, and creates a lot of opportunities for them as well. I mean, he's along with his speed, he's got a good hockey head, and he's got some good hockey sense, and he's a great playmaker. So that's a pretty dangerous combo, and I think with the right guys, I mean, we've seen it last year towards the end of the year. Not even the end of the year, the last 6 weeks or so. That line of him and Luca and Rail, they really took off and played well. And I think the nights that Reber was skating and really using his strengths was the nights that they really had a lot of success. So we'll be looking for him to bring that again. And along with those, he's a good teammate and a good guy in the room, and that's essential in Fife as well.
How positive is it to have so many players return from last season's team?
Well, first of all, it makes our summer a lot easier, a lot less stressful. It's not ideal building from scratch year in year out, but no, it's great. The run we went on last year, we truly believed. It wasn't just a fluke run. It was over a long period of time, and we really felt towards the end of the year we were one of the better teams in the league. So it was essential to bring a good group of that core back. Guys that not only wanted to be back, but we felt could again maybe build on that season, the season they had last year, and come back even better and make us a stronger club. But to bring back that core along with the Scottish guys that we've brought back that have been here since day one, it's great to have that continuity. And like I said earlier, with some fresh new faces coming in and adding a bit of energy and a bit more dynamics to our lineup, hopefully we can hit the ground running and get off to a great start, and maybe catch teams that are maybe a little less prepared than ourselves.
What do you think we can achieve this season? Do you think we can get some silverware this season?
I definitely think so. I think judging on our run at the end of last year, we've seen the capability of this team now. In saying that, we're not naive to the fact that the Cardiffs, the Coventrys, and the Sheffields, and so on, they're going to be stronger. They're going to be stronger this year. They're going to correct the mistakes that they made last year, and they're going to come back stronger. So, and that's why we felt that although we made that run, we still could upgrade in a few areas, and we could bring some new things to the table and make us a stronger club. So I definitely think it's a possibility. I think we're definitely the conference, it's a goal. Playoffs, we've seen how close we came last year. That's definitely a realistic goal, and I think for the first time in the Elite League, there's no reason why we can't shoot for that league title. I think we've always been pretty realistic in Fife in the first 3 years. I believe if you asked me, I would say the league title is a bit of a stretch and maybe a bit unrealistic with the teams we had and the depth that we had. But that Southern Conference is going to be banging up each other all year long, and there's no reason that if we can't get in a run and play well and within our conference and out of conference, that we can't stay up there with the big boys this season.
Do you have any idea how many imports we're going to start this season with?
To start, we're gonna stay with 11. We feel with the progress that our local guys have made, and where they slot into the lineup, that they bring something to the table. And in Fife, I think people know by now that the local guys being part of the team and the British guys being part of the team is a big thing. And that doesn't mean that down the stretch or even, a couple months of the season, if we hit some injury problems, we have that extra slot. It gives us options, and who knows, it gives us options to bring somebody else in if need be. But to begin, we'll be going with 11 along with our Scottish contingent, and even with that, we feel confident.
The fixtures were announced this week as well, so I think it's home and away with Coventry, home and away with Sheffield, and home and away with Dundee as a start to the season. What do you make of that?
Good. See the teams. It's always good to play a team twice on the weekend. You can, spend the whole week preparing for them. I think it's great for a practice point of view. You don't have to worry about two teams and preparing for two different teams. You see them on the first night and you turn around and play them again the next night. And I think the first 2 weekends especially, I believe the first game of the weekend is at home, which is always a benefit. The away team's got that extra day of travel than yourself, and if you can win that home game on both weekends, you set yourself up good for the weekend. So I like it. Obviously, it's going to be a test those first couple of weekends because Coventry's roster seems to be taking shape, and they look like they're going to be a bit stronger and maybe a little bit more depth. They might maybe not the dynamic of a Janan and stuff like that, but looks like they'll be deeper and a little bit more grittier. So and Sheffield's going to put together a good roster, so they'll be tough tests. And playing at home those first nights, it's always a bonus because the guys love playing at home.